Hello world, I'm Colleen and welcome to my glamorous life. So I've been racking my brain as to what I could do for my first video, and after trial and error and batteries dying and everything, I decided to pay homage to one of my favorite YouTubers, thanks to another YouTuber I ran into online. Nikkie Tutorials did a one dip makeup challenge, which I thought was hysterical because Nikkie is so full coverage and it's so hard to do with one dip. But I was surfing around and I found Mascara to Midnight, and she's 46 and she did this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm almost 50. I can do this. And to really make it extra special, I'm going to use Nikkie's palette to see if I can pull this off. So let's get to it. Okay, so I will link all the products in the description below for you. This I got in one of my monthly subscription things and I absolutely love it. It is the Rodial Soft Focus Glow Drops Illuminating Ultimate Glow Primer. And I absolutely love this because it just gives that little hint of something without sinking into the lines too much. So, okay, one dip. I'm going to pull it out like this, and I'm just going to, whatever is on the wand, because this is a dropper and I could cheat. So whatever's on that wand, that's one dip, right? Okay, so there we go. We got it right there. And I'm just going to all over. I like using my hands for primer because I can really feel where I'm pushing it into. And I don't want to use too much primer because then everything kind of starts caking up on my skin. It's really dry, so if I get too much, things start turning into little flakies. So I just use my fingers so I can kind of really tell when I've got that all the way in. And the other thing I like about this is it's a little tacky, so things do stick, but they don't stick too badly. Okay, and for foundation today, I am going to use the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. And this one is in the shade 2.0 YG Light Medium, which is yellow undertones with gold highlights. Ooh, gold. So here we go. One pump. That's actually quite a bit. I love it. Okay, so we're going to spread that around my fingers, concentrating where I need the most coverage. Though I think this is more than enough. I probably could use half of this and get away with it. Okay, and I have a Morphe foundation brush here, and I'm just gonna kind of buff that all in. Oh, this is working out really well. I like it. Okay, here we go. This is kind of my more full coverage foundation too, kind of again an homage to Nikkie. On an everyday basis, I prefer to wear almost like a tinted moisturizer or a really lightweight liquidy foundation because I don't want it to settle into the cracks too much, but this one does pretty good. All right. There we go. Let's just give that a quick bounce, make sure I don't have any brush marks. I've got my mirror right here because, as Mascara to Midnight says, I'm old and I need to see. All right, now that's not bad. I like that. That'll work. Okay, I'm going to do my concealer after I do my eyes just in case. I forgot to grab it. Here we go. So for eye primer, because you have to Optimus Prime. I love Nikkie when she says that. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and this is the anti-aging. So I'm just going to get that little wand in there, one dip, a little on this eye. Oh, come on, please be enough. A little on that eye. Okay. Blend this in. And I like using a primer for my eyeshadow because here again, the older you get, the more lines and, as my husband calls them, crevasses there are for the makeup to fall into. And an eyeshadow primer kind of helps keep that eyeshadow in place all day, which is nice. You don't end up with the funky lines of stuff. Okay, here we go. So I am going to take a nice fluffy brush here. Let's see which one I want. I want that one. And I'm going to go into the basic Trut right here and just kind of all over both lids, very gently here. I think I've got just enough to do what I want. I just kind of want that as a base color. And then I'm going to use the same brush because now I'm going to go in and kind of give myself a little bit of a crease. And I think I'm going to go into, I think it's Mila. And Nikki, I'm sorry if I mispronounce these. I love the colors. I don't speak Dutch yet. I'm trying to learn. So I'm going to go into Mila here. Look at all that. Look at that. Isn't that just awesome? Okay. So now right up on my crease here, I just want to get the color on and then we're going to blend it out. Oh, look at how much color there is in that. That was one little swirl in the, well, one big swirl in there, and I've got all sorts of color. Okay, now I'm going to take a clean brush here and just kind of blend that in where I want it to go. Let me get my fingers out there. You can see, look at that color payoff. Isn't that great? All right. Oh, look at that. I love it. Let's see if I've got any more on there. I can just get a little. Oh, I do. There's still stuff on this brush. I love the pigment payoff on this. And a lot of people complain about, you know, too much pigment when you're older because it just doesn't blend well. But if you get a good formula, they blend well. And if you make sure you're using that foundation and stuff and the right technique, you know, hold your brush out to blend and stuff, you can get some pretty high pigment payoff to work pretty well on just about any skin. Okay, so I want to get into my corners here. Let's see. Here we go. This will work. 5 a.m. looks like a good one right here. What do you think? Yeah. I'm just gonna get a little on both sides. One dip, both sides of the brush. And we're gonna go into the corner here and just kind of give me that little V thing. We'll see how well I do. Sometimes my left eye is the one that I always have the most trouble with. And I think I just have a thing against the left side of my body, because if I'm going to injure myself, it's going to be on the left. If I'm going to, oh, God, I got so much more on the right. Go back in with my little blending brush here, see if I can soften that up a little bit. No, if I'm going to injure myself, it's going to be on the left side. I have sprained my left knee, tore up my left ankle. I've had surgery on my left hand. I've had injections in my left hand. The only thing I did on the right is I tore my rotator cuff. And it wasn't really totally my fault. I kind of partially tore it doing some hiking, getting pulled up onto a path by a guy that forgot to let go. And then several years later, I had a flu shot, and it was a new technician that was giving it to me, and he accidentally shot the vaccine into my joint space, which tore the rotator cuff. I'm like an oddity. That doesn't happen very often, but it happened to me. Okay, so now we need a little bit of glitter. Actually, first I'm going to go back in with kind of a flat brush here with the basic Trut, just to give myself a little bit of oh, you know what I forgot. I'm gonna have to do my eyebrows, and I usually do like two different pencils and stuff. I'm gonna use my this is my tiny one, but it is my Gimme Brow brow gel, and attempt to put my eyebrows on. This is going to be interesting, because if you've ever seen one of my Facebook lives, I'm missing eyebrows. You know, it was the 90s. I was modeling. Okay, let's see. I think I want to do glitter, and I think I'm going to go with Mr. Tutorials, because this is like, if you look at that, that is the camera does not do this color justice. It is this bronzy gold, and it's like really super fine, so it's not chunky. I mean, look at that. Hold on. I'm gonna make it go. Focus. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so that's all. One dip. Here we go. Look at this color payoff. That itty bitty little bit is all I needed. Okay, except now I've got to remember to wipe the excess off my finger, because even though I might want to use it later, I can't. And I don't want to accidentally run my finger under my eye. Have you ever done that? You're putting your makeup on, you use your fingers to put on glitter or whatever, and you get a smudge of mascara and you go like this, and all of a sudden you have this like glitter line under your eye. Oh my God, I couldn't believe I did that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier concealer in 2.5W and one wandful. This is more than enough for me because I don't like using a lot. I have these lovely little divots where I'm getting older and the fat's kind of gone away, so I have these really dark marks, but there's not much I can do short of going and getting injections, which I have done in the past. I'm not going to say I'm never going to do it again, but it's a personal thing. If you feel better about yourself having plastic surgery or having injections, then feel better about yourself and go ahead and do it. And don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't. If you can afford to do it and it makes you more confident in yourself, then go ahead and do it. But my best advice would be find somebody a doctor or a nurse practitioner that does the injections that is going to try and give you the most natural look. Try not to overdo it, because if I can tell you've had injections, it's probably too much. I haven't had anything done for 3 years, I think, and then I get tired of my forehead lines and I'll get a little Botox sometimes, and this is really starting to bug me, so I'm debating on a little filler down here, but we'll see. Okay, now to make this work. I've got it on. I can't do any more because I just put the wand back in the bottle, so we're just gonna pat that in really gently. And I kind of use Robert Welch's method of concealer now, because I found that I was putting like way too much, because when you get to be my age, you know, doing the whole big triangle thing, it invariably will settle in where you don't want it. And Robert suggested just a couple of drops here and maybe one on the outside, just to hit the most important spots just really lightly. And you know what? It works. Now, if you want to use more, use more. That's the beauty of makeup, is that you can do just about anything you want. I mean, I can sit here and tell you that I hate black eyeliner with light pink lipstick, or black lip liner with light pink lipstick, but if that's what you like, go for it. I can tell you this is how I do my makeup. I'm not a makeup artist. I've done stage makeup and that sort of thing, but I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm not a professional esthetician. So I can tell you what I do. I can give you tips and tricks. I can give you reviews on products and how I feel about them. But the important thing is that you're happy with you. Like I said, same thing with injections. If you're happy with it, go for it. Okay, now I've got that under there. I'm not even sure I'm going to need to set this today, but I am going to run a little bit of powder over everything, just because it allows the bronzer, contour, blush, all that to kind of flow a little better over my skin. So I have the Tarte Shape Tape in translucent, easy for me to say, translucent. So what I am going to do, and if you heard a weird noise a minute ago, I got a cat door and my cats like to run through it. I am going to turn this over and I am going to go tap, and that's it. Hopefully enough came out of there. Okay, let's start with under my eyes, because I don't care how good it is, it will settle into fine lines eventually. And then, okay, how do I want to do this? Okay, cheek, because that's where I want to do most of the stuff. A little on my nose. Okay, I can get more out of this puff if I just beat my face. Okay, there we go. Okay, foundation is about as set as I can get it. There is like nothing left on this puff. Okay. I said I wanted to do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Where is that brush? Okay, well, that's not going to work. Hold on. You know, I thought I had all my brushes out where I could find everything this morning. Are you kidding? All right, fine. I'm going to use a square liner brush to kind of try and do my brows. Okay, here goes. I hope I can get enough off there. All right, so load her up. Okay, yeah, the tongue comes out because I'm like, concentrating. Okay, load it up, load it up, load it up. Please let me just be able to put the tail back on. Okay, I'm going to start where I need the most work here. Okay, so far so good. Please don't dry out on me. Please don't dry out on me before I do the other eye. Okay, get over here before I lose it all. Come on, there's got to be more in there. Come on. Oh my God. Okay, 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 we can do this. Okay. All right, we're getting it. This is so not my normal eyebrows. Everybody's gonna look at me weird when I go to Starbucks this morning. Okay. Well. Okay. It's a little lighter than normal, but okay. I'll live with it, I promise. All right, so I'm gonna go into the Pretty Vulgar nesting face here because I love this palette. It's got such pretty colors here, and this one is really good for an everyday kind of bronzer contour thing. And I like to use a powdered contour or bronzer just because I find it easier to blend and it doesn't settle in as much, but I'm debating. Oh, okay, we're gonna go in. Okay, here we go. Got my favorite Sonia Kashuk contour brush here. I'm gonna both sides of the brush, don't lift it up. Okay. Ooh. I don't usually get that much fallout from it. Okay, and we're going to a little there, a lot there apparently. Get my nose. Everybody tells, you know, I kind of feel like I have a bit of a fattish nose, so I always like to contour my nose, and I definitely like to contour my forehead a little bit, a little bronzer up there, just because I have a very tall forehead and I don't like wearing bangs. I have worn bangs, I just don't care for them that much. Okay, I'm gonna blend this in a little. Oh, okay, okay, that kind of worked a little bit. Let's give this a clean brush. Just usually I'll have more face powder on and I'll be able to knock it a little extra powder off and everything blends beautifully. I almost feel like that one eye needs a little more blending. Where's the brush I was blending that with? Oh, it's not it, but that'll work. This is the one I did under the eyebrow with, but I've got a really dark patch there and I don't like it. That's the other thing, is when you're doing your makeup, when you find something in the middle of doing it and you're like, oh, but I finished my eyes, but that just doesn't look right, go back and fix it. There's nothing that says you can't. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in here. So that was the Son of AB that I used for, Son of AB that I used for that bronzing contour. And I'm gonna use the Hush blush right here for my blush. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay. And I just natural face and right where I normally blush, and I'm not going to blend it in real good yet because I want to try and get an even color here. Okay, there we go. Now I can blend it. I just kind of buff that going back. I don't want to draw it into the middle of my face because then I'm drawing more attention to where all the lines and such are. So there we go. All right. Highlighter. I get to highlight today, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, I've got a nice fluffy brush here. And I'm going to go into the Glimmers of BS right here to highlight with. And just, only one. I am going to tap that off though, because where I highlight is where the light hits. And it's also where I have a few crow's feet. So I don't want to go too much, but I want to pick up, and it's kind of hard, you can see it pick up the light just a little bit there. Okay, that is everything except mascara. Okay, and this is Laura Geller, and I really wish I could remember. I will look it up and I will put it in the description below which one this is. It's in black, and I need to remember which one this is because I absolutely love this mascara because it does such a good job. So, okay, one dip. Here we go. Mind the mascara face. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. One dip. One dip. I can, this I was not worried about. I'm like looking at my mascaras going, which one am I going to use? I'm like, oh, yep, Laura Geller. Because this brush picks up product and it doesn't get all spidery, but it picks up that product and just lays it down so well. I never have to do more than one coat. I don't really have to go back in. Look at that. Okay. Now the face, because it's the lower lashes. Supposedly this particular position with your face is supposed to strengthen all this. I don't believe it. Or if it does, I've got wrinkles because the muscles are too strong. Okay. Look at that. Never went back in. This is all one dip. Look at that. Not bad. Whew. I'm not sure I was going to make it through this. Okay, so for a one dip lipstick, let me look at my thing here. Okay, Anastasia Beverly Hills, Don't Fail Me Now. This is in the color Poet. It's liquid lip. So I'm not even going to line my lips because there's no way to really one dip a liner. So here goes nothing. Lining your lips is so much easier. Yeah, it'd probably be better if I lined my lips, but that's okay. So I think that's it. Okay, so here we go. Glamorous, one dip. Thank you, Nikkie. Thank you, Mascara to Midnight. I will link both of them in the description down below because if you haven't checked them out, Nikkie is phenomenal. She has some of the neatest makeup tutorials I've seen. The things she can do with makeup, I'm like, oh, I wish I was that good. And Magic to Midnight, thank you for commenting on my comment the other day and kind of giving me the inspiration to actually do this video. I thought that would be so much fun when I saw Nikkie's, and now I saw yours and I'm like, I'm so gonna do this. And Nikkie, thank you. I did buy this myself. She didn't give it to me or anything. This palette is wonderful. I love playing with color, and this is going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to coming up with a Halloween look from this palette too. So thank you, everyone, and be good to each other. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta!